Is that an X? Is that an O? So sports talk? Yeah, let's go.
Get it popping. Get it popping. I got it all the way back. Go Cowboys! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey.
Cowboys.
Hey, 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 hey. Wow, 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 wow.
Cowboys and Indians. Yeah.
That sounds just what the Cowboys did when they were out there playing the 49ers.
Oh my goodness. Man, it's the XO Sports Talk Radio Show coming at you live right here on a Thursday night. We're getting ready for y'all for Super Bowl weekend. We got some NBA talk. We got it all right here on XO Sports. Look at here. We got the whole band back together again, and we ready, fellas. Let's go. Let's get it popping.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let it
How
rock.
are you guys tonight?
Man, we're doing
Malcolm.
great, man.
Yes. Blessed to be here.
Malcolm, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. It's great to
We'll
be
get
here.
back to Malcolm. Emerson, how are you doing?
Man, I'm super excited, man. It's Super Bowl weekend, man. Come on. It don't get no better than this, man, except for I wish my Cowboys was playing, but they'll be there next year. I can guarantee you that. That's what Joe Willie Namath said. I guarantee it.
Terry, how are you doing? I think Malcolm might have his on mute right now.
Good, man. Go Panthers. Go Panthers. Cam and the Panthers, man.
Superman.
Terry, wait a minute. What's with Cam and the Panthers? And you're a 49ers fan.
Well, I got this jersey. I'm going to represent for the fam down in North Carolina. My aunt got me this jersey last summer. She went to a Panthers game and she got a jersey and she saved it for me. So I'm putting it on, representing the fam down in Carolina.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's cool.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a nice auntie.
Yeah.
Little brother,
I didn't have the heart to tell her, I'm a 49er fan. So
Don't worry. I'll take
you might
it.
find out now.
Hey, leave it in the closet. I'll take that jersey.
Brian, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. A lot going on in sports,
Lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
But black and yellow all day, every day. Black and yellow.
Bumblebee.
Malcolm,
Yes.
can you hear me now?
I always heard you.
Oh, poor Malcolm. He can't hear me now.
Yeah.
Check and see if you're on mute, Malcolm.
I'm not on mute.
He's not on mute.
I can hear him good.
I hear him.
Sir.
Yeah.
We hear him well.
Yeah, man, we can hear him.
He's coming in really good.
Okay, he's not coming in for me at all.
Check your headphones, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
No, because I can hear everybody else.
I'll let you know.
Turn up your radio dial. Turn it up.
But on a serious note, we at Exo Sports, our hearts go out to the people of Turkey. A massive 7.8 magnitude earthquake has killed over 21,000 people so far. When I saw it on the news, imagine you're walking down the street and all of a sudden the ground begins to shake, and I'm looking at the video, and one guy is looking at a building and he's like I got to pick up the pace because I'm afraid now this building may just fall on me while just walking on the sidewalk down this. That I said, I hope I never face that in my life.
I agree.
And they're trying hard to rescue as many people as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope they can save more lives.
Yeah, so hearts and prayers goes
Yes,
out to them.
hearts and prayers
Yes,
goes out.
definitely.
In
For all
Turkey.
the families out there.
Yes.
Yeah. And Aaron, can you hear Malcolm now?
Malcolm?
Yes. What's going on? Can you hear me? I'll just start doing
No.
sign language to him.
Okay.
y'all can just,
Yeah, just work some sign language with them. All right.
That's all.
All right.
That's all.
Hold,
It won't be
hold
good.
your
It
hand
won't
up.
be good.
I'm going to
won't
go
be
with
good.
Malcolm. I'm going to go with Malcolm first.
Yes.
And Malcolm, when you get finished talking, just go like that.
All right.
So I know that to go to the next person. Okay.
Got you. Thank
How
you.
about
Just
that?
nod your
All right.
head. Nod your head. Let me know, Malcolm.
Got you.
All that's not going to work for me. I just need you to nod your head, yes or no. And he still won't do that. Okay.
He is
What is he
nodding his
looking
head.
at?
He's nodding his head.
He's nodding his head.
Yeah.
I literally can't see it.
I wonder, do you have it up
But-
on your screen? You must not. I don't know.
I do have it up on my screen.
All right.
Well, everybody just let him know when I'm finished. That's all.
All right.
We'll let him know.
Got him. We got you.
We got you, buddy.
Okay. So Malcolm,
Yes.
Super Bowl 57, Eagles, Chiefs. Reid third Super Bowl appearance. Am I correct?
Yes.
He's had so far 2 with the Chiefs and 1 with the Eagles.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Malcolm, who are you
Yes.
going with? Chiefs
You
or
know,
the Eagles?
Being that, I'm in the NFC and, I always pull for my Cowboys. I'm going with the Chiefs anyway, because Mahomes is the real deal, and I don't want the Eagles to win. Why would I want the Eagles to win? That's crazy. Are you kidding? So they can say, hey, we've had another Super Bowl, and you guys are in a Super Bowl, blah, 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 27 years, blah, blah, blah. Not even close. Give it to the Chiefs. Let's go, Chiefs. Pat Mahomes, pull it out.
Oh, he
He's all
finished
done.
it. Yeah, he's all done. Yeah.
Go like this.
He did
Go
that.
like this. Okay, Emerson.
Well, listen, as like Malcolm stated, it's hard for me to root for the Eagles, and I see the greatness there with Mahomes, but I'm going to stay in the NFC East. This is the only time I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's because it's the Super Bowl, and I just believe in dealing with the facts. I think that defensive line and that defense is going to cause havoc on
They're
Patrick
beasts.
Mahomes.
They're beasts.
And I'm telling you, like I said it last week, Sue can still push the pocket. Fletcher Cox is a beast. That whole front seven is amazing. So I think they're going to cause havoc for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a great game, and he's going to show everybody why he deserves to be there and get paid this year. I hope they get ready to pay him, because they're going to have to open up that wallet for him, because he should be one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks paid in the National Football League. So I'm
He's
going
gonna
with
get
the
paid whether he
Eagles.
wins or lose.
I'm going with the Eagles, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to make some plays in this game and outshine Mahomes.
Terry.
I gotta go with the Eagles. I mean, they're stacked both sides of the ball, man. Offense, defense, they're really versatile on offense. Like Emerson said, man, that defensive front, they're tough. They can create the type of pressure that will get Mahomes out of the pocket. And I'm not too sure that they're not going to tell us, but I don't think he's 100% healthy with that
Absolutely
high
not.
brain. And then Riddick, he gets that defense going, and they're tough, man. I just also the Chiefs, they were kind of banged up in that Cincinnati game, on the offensive side of the ball, man, especially their wide receiver core. So I don't think I know they had 2 weeks off. I just don't think everybody on that offense is going to be 100%. As good as Mahomes and Kelsey, Travis Kelsey are, I just don't see them beating Philly. They're too stat. Too much going against them. Gotta go Eagles.
Brian.
And I'm going to take the Eagles as well. I think Eagles have a more complete team overall, offensively and defensively. Not to say that Kansas City can't win. I'm just going with the team I think that will win. But all in all, hopefully, I'm just hoping for a good game. I think both quarterbacks, Mahomes, we already know he's on that tier. Now we're just looking for Jalen to see if he can step up there and put his name up there as well. And also, I'm glad to see the Super Bowl where we have two African-American quarterbacks competing against each other in a Super Bowl.
Thank you for mentioning that.
So this is something that has not been done since in NFL history. So get to watch this in front of our eyes. So good.
Yeah, I think the last time you had two black head coaches go to the Super Bowl was the I believe it was
Danny Green?
Danny Green and can't think of the other.
Tomlin.
No.
Then who did Danny Green go?
Was it Dungy?
Tony Dungy.
Dungy?
It was Tony Dungy and the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Wait a minute.
Wait.
The
Danny
Bears,
Green was
he
no
couldn't have
Chicago coach?
Nah,
He
Danny
never coached Chicago.
He never coached Chicago.
Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith.
No?
I think Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith. That was with the quarterback. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Gore. But
Let him know
on
that
this
Malcolm said
note
Lovie
here,
Smith.
I'm gonna have to go with
Malcolm said Lovie Smith, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Andy Reid has one of the best records having a week to prepare.
Yes.
I believe he was something like 60 or 70%.
He does a great job with that.
When he has a week to prepare, giving him a bye week. So with that, I think Hurst is good. But if the Kansas City Chiefs offense can start scoring first, I think Philadelphia is going to have a hard time catching up.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. They will have to get up on top.
And
I want to see how Philadelphia does.
The defensive lineman, Chris Jones, if he can elevate his game like he did in the NFC Championship against the 49ers, he came to play.
Yeah, but nobody's never seen anybody run the way Jalen Hurts can run with those RPOs that they run on that offense. I'm telling you, it will cause problems. It will give you fits. Then you cannot forget the other key factors of A.J. Brown and Smith on the outside. And they just have weapons on offense, not alone just their defense and what the defense can do to stagger, the play of Mahomes and that offense, but what Philadelphia brings on offense. I'm telling you, it's going to surprise a lot of people. And then we're going to be. Yes.
Go ahead, Malcolm. Hold on.
I've seen a quarterback do what Hurts did. His name is Lamar Jackson. He ran like him and did the RPO like that. But he got more weapons than Mark Jackson has, of course. But Philadelphia defensive front is more stout than Kansas City. But I want to see what it takes for Kansas City. For Philadelphia to chase a team when they're down by 14. See how many tricks they pull out of their bag. Then
this is
they
true.
Always played ahead, or they played no more than down by 3 or a 7. They never played to where outside of when the Cowboys bust them up, but by when they scored 40 on them. But Hurts wasn't there then. You know what I mean? But that's my point.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know
if we lost Gore.
Aaron.
We lost Gore.
I don't know if we lost Aaron or his camera's just on. Well, your camera's off.
Your camera's off, Aaron.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
Right.
What's the next subject?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, man.
there you have it. This will be on the next episode of Bloops and Blunders.
So, quick question: score predictions. What do you got for score, Malcolm?
I'm gonna say Kansas City 34, Philadelphia 24.
What you got, Terry?
Wow. I don't think it's gonna be that high score of a game. I'm gonna go 20 to 10.
Wow, 10.
Really?
Boy,
You only give Kansas City 10?
all right. What you got, Emerson?
27-23 Philadelphia.
Okay, that sounds about what I was gonna go with. 27, 23, 21, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Aaron is still there.
31-28, Kansas City.
He's in the dark.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next subject?
He's in the dark.
Are you wearing pants, son? Are you wearing pants?
He's in the dark. He's in the dark.
Ask him what's the next question.
Sit in the car.
Come out the yay.
Guys, ask him what's the next subject.
This is not my night.
Oh yeah, he can hear us, Malcolm. So he's going
He can't hear
through.
me.
Yeah.
He can't hear you.
Sit in the car.
So, so Malcolm wants to know where we going next. Do you want to continue? Do you want to?
I want to know this. If
Right.
Andy Reid wins the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
where do you put Andy Reid as a head football coach? Malcolm. And then
I'm
when
gonna say he's
Malcolm
up there with
finished,
Jimmy Johnson.
Terry.
Okay, repeat what you said, Malcolm, because
Tell him I put him up there with Jimmy Johnson.
you're gonna put him up there with Jimmy Johnson. Okay. I guess Terry.
Bill Parcells.
Yeah, I think I put him in that category. He's a good coach, man.
Bill Parcells,
If he
Jimmy
put-
Johnson.
I mean, if he pulls this off against that Phillies defense, man, they're tough, man. They're quick.
Mhm.
They're quick to the ball, man. And you're not gonna be able to drop back with Mahomes and pass all day. You're gonna have to run. And that's where I think that's where Philly's just gonna shut them down and they're gonna be able to just rush the quarterback. And their D line is a problem. Like Emerson says, Ndamukong Suh is still he's still an impact player. He's still
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but we'll see.
And
But
Fletcher Cox was right there.
yeah.
So you got Fletcher Cox and Sue.
And if
A
he
problem.
could, I'm telling you, but if he could pull it out, I'll put him in that category.
Okay.
That'll be an amazing win for them.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
He's
Let's
back.
give him a round of applause. Huh? Aaron's back.
He ain't back because I ain't got him. There you go. All right, I'm starting to go.
He's back.
Shady's back.
Yeah.
Oh boy, back again. All right, hopefully
Reminds
you can figure this out.
reminds me of special ed.
Let's
Dun,
see
dun,
here. Let me bring
dun,
him in here, man.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. This is the case of bloops and blunders right here. That's what this is. Live on Saturday night. It ain't even Saturday night yet. On the air blue.
We hear you loud and
There
clear.
you go.
So when you take Andy Reid, when Andy Reid went to Kansas City, we pretty much thought Andy Reid's career was over. Because Philadelphia said, you know what? They moved on from him.
Mm-hmm.
And so what did Andy Reid have to work with in Kansas City? He really didn't have that much.
They traded for Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
They traded for Alex Smith. Alex Smith was with, if I'm correct, the 49ers.
He was a bus.
And so
He got the most out that he could out of Alex.
Exactly.
Can I ask you guys
And
a
so
question? Well, go ahead, Aaron.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna go ahead, finish.
No, when he went to Kansas City, nobody didn't think Andy Reid would be this explosive.
Well, where does Bieniemy get some of the credit? Eric Bieniemy.
Can you hear Malcolm?
Yes, I hear Eric. I give Eric Bieniemy a lot of credit working with Andy Reid. Unfortunately, for some odd reason, he doesn't get the credit because everybody points to Andy Reid. And you're absolutely right, Malcolm. And what's the coach's name? Assistant coach's name? Eric Bieniemy should get the recognition of being a good offensive coordinator, but they always point to Andy Reid.
Well, look at all the other coordinators that have gotten jobs that were under Andy Reid that went on to be head coaches.
Well, you take a look, and you made a valid point. You take a look at the head coach that got fired in Chicago.
Yeah,
he's right back working for Kansas City.
Yeah,
LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna ask you guys a quick question. If Andy Reid gets this Super Bowl, I know he ain't got the rings, but where do you see him coaching wise up there with Belichick? Because you think about all the teams he's went with.
He's a good coach.
I'm talking about coaching wise.
Status wise, no.
No?
I give him Bill Parcells, Jimmy Johnson. I agree with that.
Yeah, I can't, only because if you look at Belichick, like I'll just go defensive side of the ball. They've had some star players, but then they've had players that on any other team they wouldn't be stars. It was more, to me, defensively, which we know he had a big part in. He has some really good defensive units, man. They were well disciplined. You rarely ever seen them get penalized. So I don't know if I could put him in that category.
Okay. And like I said, not talking rings. I was talking just coaching. But Emerson, what do you think?
Listen, I put Andy Reid up there with some of the elite coaches of this era. He's been able to, first of all, his longevity that he's had in the league, and to see how the game has changed, and he's been able to change with the times. There's some coaches that we have seen that just haven't been able to change with the times. They're stuck in their ways. This is the way we did it. We're going to continue to do it. They don't know how to conform to the nuances of the game right now. So I want to say Andy Reid, I want to just put him up there with the elite coaches of the game, just because he's been able to move with the times and just to go along with his longevity. So Andy Reid is definitely on that list for me.
Yeah, and I'm going to say he's up there, and my reasoning is we've not really seen Belichick do something without Brady. And now you got him without Brady, so now we're starting to get to see. But I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying now we're starting to get to see.
Can I interject on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say it's an apple to the orange. And why I say that is this: good defensive mind is Belichick. Good offensive mind is Andy Reid.
Good point.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see Belichick as an offensive mind. If you give him the defense, he can figure out a defense to beat you. Yeah. Belichick needs an offensive coordinator to run the offense, and
defense is his forte.
Exactly,
and we all know that. Yeah.
So so for Andy Reid, I think he's got a great offensive mind. So it all depends on, to me, it's apple to the orange. If you're looking at who's the better offensive mind, you go Andy Reid every day of the week. If you're going to go defensive mind, you go Belichick. And I think that's just the way you got to slice it, because Belichick had Belichick had Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick had good defenses. And sometimes Belichick didn't have really some of the star players on his defense and was still able to win. So I go tomato, really there.
Think about all the quarterbacks Andy Reid has had that.
Yes.
Tell me one that hasn't been successful.
Exactly. He was able to plug them into that system and make them shine. So
again, that goes back to he's an offensive minded genius. And you take a look at Belichick. Belichick took the wide receiver one year and had him play defense.
Oh no, he listened. Like you said, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Yeah. He's been able to use some what they say broken pieces and put them in his system, and they've been able to shine. Yeah. So there's been a lot of great players to come out of Coach Belichick's defensive system that have made a lot of money and were awarded great contracts because of their defense effort in that system. So we give Belichick his just due right there. But like you said, Andy Reid is still in that elite category. I just believe because he's been able to change with the times that we've seen him in football. He still was on the cusp of that old school football, fullback, double tight end, you know, run the football down your throat, to now we're into RPOs and all of that stuff. So you got to give Andy Reid some credit there. So
and that's true.
Well, this Sunday,
we'll find out.
I wonder if they're gonna find out. Do you guys remember how many viewers there were last year?
No, I don't. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the Rihanna halftime show.
Rihanna, yeah.
Well, I'm not waiting for
under my umbrella. Umbrella. We want to send a shout out to Rihanna.
I'm gonna make my umbrella. I'm gonna make a taco when she goes to perform.
Cake.
Here's the kicker. Last year, it was time. This last Sunday, last Super Bowl Sunday, I was on call. I didn't get called for nothing at all. And then when the Super Bowl was getting ready to start, I got called into work. I said, "Are you kidding me?" I started bleeping, blopping, blooping, and by the time
dare you, Gore?
And by the time I got home, there was Mary J. Blige up there doing the halftime performance. I was like, "Okay, whatever." But last year,
we like Mary J. Man.
With Dr. Dre, she did that with Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre,
the doctor.
Snoop was up there
man.
too.
Come on, that was a good halftime show.
Yeah, bling. Oh, you had 99 million viewers that tuned in last year in America to watch the Super Bowl. So let's see how many we get this year for Super Bowl 57.
They want to see Rihanna.
Yep, guys, congratulations, LeBron James scoring record with his 38,388 points, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Malcolm, does that put him higher than Kareem up there on the mountain? Or is he a little bit lower?
When you say higher, you mean by scoring points? Yeah, he scored more
scoring points. Do you put him past Michael Jordan?
Of course not. Michael Jordan is the GOAT, straight off the top. But let me say something. You can't put nothing past LeBron James because he's achieved a lot in his lifetime. I mean, in basketball. This guy came straight from high school. I said it before. The most heralded high school player I've ever seen in my life, and come into the game and dominate, you know. So don't forget, Kareem did 4 years of college and LeBron did no years of college. And all his NBA points came off of 2-pointers, where LeBron also scored more 3-pointers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 1 3-point shot in his life that he made, okay? And still scored 38,000 points. LeBron has scored how many 3-pointers? And, of course, how many years that he played where he didn't miss any years because Kareem missed 4 years because of being at UCLA. So You gotta think about that also when the age difference comes. But nothing from LeBron. LeBron is a great player, no doubt. Probably he's truly a unicorn in his own right, because the man can pass, he can shoot, he can score, he can take over a game, and you gotta give the man kudos. I mean, the man just a great player. Period. But he's not the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. Emerson.
Well, Malcolm, I have to disagree with you, my friend.
That's okay.
When you are the leading scorer of all time, that makes you the GOAT. Come on, man. Listen. Let me break it down for a second. Let me break it down for a second.
I did explain to you that. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
I
sure.
did explain to you that Kareem did 4 years of college, right?
Oh, yes, you did.
LeBron came straight from high school, right?
I'm glad you said that, Malcolm. That's a nice segue to where I'm going. Okay. First of all, and you want to, and I got Mr. Aaron here, who's a big MJ fan, and I love MJ. I'm not taking anything from him, all the accomplishments that he's done. But listen, let's start with LeBron. Okay, let's start with LeBron for a second. Who was his coach? Who was his coach in the NBA? Michael Jordan. He had Hall of Fame coaches. Phil Jackson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He had Hall of Fame coaches, okay? That makes a difference. Pat Riley, people like that. Even in college, Wooden, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Who did LeBron James have to tutor him and coach him along the way throughout his career to make him the elite player that he is today? All of those guys had great coaches with great minds and great systems. LeBron took teams that to the championship that we don't even know where those guys are right now. We don't know if they're playing basketball, if they're playing checkers, if they're playing chess, if they're playing video games. LeBron was able to do that with teams of lesser caliber, and he went to the championship. And I know you want to throw it out there.
Let me ask you one question.
Sure.
You're hyped up, man. You're
I'm
hyped.
ready.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Do you think a high school LeBron James would have been able to go up against the Detroit Pistons?
Yes.
And the Boston Celtics?
Yes. At 6'8", 265 pounds. Yes. He was bigger than any of them.
He came out at 265 pounds out of high school?
No, he didn't come. LeBron was about 240 when he came out of high school. He was bigger than most of the.
He was a man.
I don't think he was
about 210.
210.
Yeah.
About 210.
High school. High school.
Yeah, we talking
James
about.
Came into the NBA, LeBron was about 235, 40 pounds of solid man. He had a man's body.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm glad you said something about the coaches. Back to the coaches.
Okay. Yeah, let's get to that.
Did Phil Jackson slow down. Did Phil Jackson have a resume before he came to play with Michael Jordan?
Did he have a resume?
Yeah. Did he have like a championship resume?
No, he didn't.
So Michael Jordan helped him get that championship, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, when Phil Jackson learned to win under Michael Jordan, under Scottie Pippen, my point is, you act like Phil Jackson was a messiah, like he was Red Auerbach, who already won a championship, or somebody when he came to Bulls and won something. Phil Jackson won nothing before Michael Jordan got him his first championship.
Okay. How long was it before Michael Jordan got his first ring? You remember that?
I think it was a year and a half, 2 years.
Nah, it was longer than that.
2 years. Malcolm, it took him like 6 years, Malcolm.
Yeah. I talked about Phil Jackson.
No. Jordan's first championship ring. It took him like 6 years.
Yeah, it took about 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it took him about
91.
It took him about 6 years.
Okay.
My point I'm trying to make is that LeBron didn't have the coaching, or the coaches with the pedigree that Michael Jordan had. And even going back to Michael Jordan's college days, Coach Dean Smith, who's a Hall of Fame coach, who showed him how to win the game, who showed him how to play the game.
Yeah, so what was the question?
Even though you're
what
great.
What does that got to do with the NBA? I understand your point. What
does that have to do with the NBA? It makes you ready for the NBA.
Slow down, Junior. There's a lot of players that play for North Carolina that ain't Michael Jordan, that didn't make it in the NBA. Okay? A lot of players came out of North Carolina under Dean Smith that didn't make it in the NBA.
But we know a lot of them that did too.
Okay, I understand that.
Vince Carter, James Worthy. Do I need to go on?
Of course, because those are All-Americans who got All-Americans who became great players anyway. That's not my point. My point is this. Back to Michael Jordan. Now, you said
the GOAT conversation.
LeBron James had no coaches, right? Well, you darn sure got together and built the team together, didn't he? He didn't need a coach to build, what's his name? Dwayne Wade and Bosh together. Michael Jordan never put a team together. Michael Jordan never got a super team together.
That was a different time. That was a different time.
Different time.
Yeah.
Different time. Same thing.
Okay.
Michael Jordan didn't pick his team. He did. LeBron James did. And I'll give LeBron James credit. He took a Cleveland Cavaliers team that had basically just him to a championship. And they lost to the Spurs. Don't get me wrong. That was a feat in itself. That was a great feat. That was a great feat in itself. I'm not taking any credit away from him. But like you said, coaches, bro. It only goes so far. Phil Jackson went up before he got to Michael Jordan.
So you're saying coaching doesn't matter? Is that what you're saying?
Of course it matters.
Yeah.
What do you think, Terry? What do you think?
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, throw a lifeline to him,
I just want to give LeBron James congratulations on becoming an all-time scorer in the NBA. Great accomplishment. I didn't get a chance to see, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins, they came straight out of high school, right?
Yes.
I'll say LeBron James in my time is the only, and we're in this category, you're talking about Kobe, Kevin Garnett. He's the only player I've seen in my time to come straight out of high school, NBA ready, meaning that he was able to start and perform like he belonged in the league. And even though he was a rookie, he didn't play like he was a rookie. Now, when you go to the GOAT conversation, it's so debatable. Some people might call Bill Russell the GOAT. If you look at the championship rings.
He is the real GOAT.
Right. But
not at all.
Emerson.
Not at all.
When you look, I agree with you.
Not at all.
I agree with you on the fact that LeBron James had some coaches that don't come close to a Phil Jackson. But no discredit to Eric Spoelstra. But we all know when he got to Miami, who was running the show. You can't tell me Eric Spoelstra put in the training regimen for them to come into camp a certain weight, the practices that they had to go through. That's all Pat Riley.
Of course.
So he did have a Hall of Fame coach behind him. The Hall of Fame coach just wasn't on the bench. He was up in the box. And Pat Riley.
Okay.
That's when he got his first championship, right?
In-game. So could Pat Riley come down on the court doing in-game adjustments? Oh, okay.
He couldn't. But was Pat Riley probably in the film room with Eric Spoelstra? Especially the first championship when they beat Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. It's film room and in-game adjustments are two different things, Terry. Film room is film room. In-game adjustments, when we're in the heat of the battle, I can't get on the phone and say, hey, Coach Pat Riley, what should I do right now? You have to make those adjustments yourself.
You got to get Brian in.
Go ahead.
Real quick, let me ask you this. What in-game adjustments against the Oklahoma Thunder do you think the Miami Heat had to make? You're talking young James Harden, young Kevin Durant and young Russell. What in-game adjustments did they have to make? Do you really think they had to make against the Thunder?
The Miami Heat had to make?
The series wasn't close. I forget what the Heat won by, but it wasn't like a nail-biting series, right?
No, but right then there was talent, veterans. that were able to use their veteran experience to do what they had to do to win.
Mhm.
Man for man,
Absolutely.
you would say the Heat had a better roster, right?
Yes,
Where you say they were better prepared to win a
absolutely.
championship? And would
Absolutely.
you say they had a better coach? They were better. I won't even say better coach. They were coached better than the Oklahoma Thunder.
Yes, because they were able to bring home the championship.
Would you agree that Riley played a big part in that coaching? So
Absolutely.
you can't say he didn't. He did have a Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
He had Hall of Fame coaching. All right. If you want to say he wasn't on the bench, he had Hall of Fame coaching. And I'm not discrediting Eric Spoelstra because he did go on to win a couple more championships, but still.
I got a question. Sorry to cut you off. I mean, get to you, Brian. How did that end game adjustment work when Dirk Nowitzki and them beat them? They only had Dirk.
Well, yeah. Oh,
They only
okay.
had Dirk.
That's good. I'll say
They only
that.
had Dirk.
I'm gonna let Brian get in there. Go ahead.
Well,
I'll come back to that.
I think. Well, we got to give him his, his congratulations for the accomplishment. For coming in at the age that he did with the pressure that he had on him. But to me, I think what stands out the most is even coming out of high school, with the abilities that he had. I think I think everybody agree. We knew he can score, but his best attribute was his passing. And
Thank
for
you.
him to
Yeah,
be able
Brian.
to get
I
the
was coming to
scoring
that.
title, with that being his best asset, is being a passer, is a feat in itself. But I think one thing we may, in time, look at the GOAT category in a different way, because I think they've all got different, I would say, stats or attributes that can accomplish whatever it is that they want to need. I know Aaron had said that he see Russell as the GOAT. All right, I'm just going to take this and
Russell?
just. I think he said Russ, right? Didn't you say Russ?
Yeah.
I would have to put him up there as one of the GOATs.
The GOATs.
Because what?
Because he's saying because of his ring.
Brian, pause for a second. Because of what, Aaron? I just want to hear him say it.
Because of two things.
Okay.
One,
give me one.
We didn't get the opportunity to see Bill Russell play.
Okay, but come on.
Yeah.
So
come better than that.
Well, his performance in the games to win the championship at that particular time, in that era, it was a big man's game. So for the big man to perform in those games to win the championship, 11, he is the GOAT. Basketball has. Wait a minute. Basketball. Wait a minute. When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was with Milwaukee, it was a big man's game.
Mm-hmm.
When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went to the Lakers, it was a big man game until when? Magic Johnson came. Magic Johnson was like, no more of this half court. We're going to run. And as the league moved on, it moved away from the big man's game to, can you shoot the basketball from three-point range? And so now you have big men that are shooting the basketball from outside. Whatchamacallit was consistent. His job was to get the rebound, put it up, put it in the basket, and that was the strength of the Boston Celtics.
How many points did Bill Russell average?
Yeah.
You're missing the point. He was dominant.
No, he wasn't. Which name was dominant?
I don't know if he's dominant.
Defensive presence. Wilt Chamberlain was dominant.
Come on now.
Wilt Chamberlain was dominant.
You're going to put Bill Russell as the GOAT in the GOAT conversation?
So let me ask
You're
you
the
this.
only one in America that will put Bill Russell in the GOAT conversation.
Let me ask you this.
He's had a great career.
Do you think Boston would have got 11 NBA championships without him?
No, they played the game well as a team.
But that's like saying almost. I know what you're saying, Aaron, but that's like almost like saying Rodman.
Yeah, or Robert Horry. Let's give Robert Horry the GOAT conversation. Since you want to count rings, he got 7 rings. Let's put Robert Horry in that conversation. You want to put Robert Horry in the GOAT conversation? Come on, man.
And that's why I was gonna say was about they all had different skill sets. To me, when you're gonna say GOAT, I'm gonna say who would you want Game 7, 5 minutes left in the game? Who do you want? And I'll let you go
Game
around the horn. Game 7, 5 minutes left. Who you want?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
First.
Whoever. I'll go Malcolm first.
MJ.
MJ? Terry?
I gotta go MJ, man.
Emerson?
Give me LeBron. And I'll tell you why. Because not only his offensive skill set, but his defensive skill set and his passing ability that he'll be able to set the game up down the stretch.
What does defense have to do with game?
Wait, you gotta play. You said there's 5 minutes left. You're not gonna play no more defense.
He said game winning shot.
He said 5 minutes left. He said 5 minutes left in a game 7.
Game winning shot.
He said game 7, 5 minutes left.
Okay, let me
Jordan
ask you
played
this.
defense too, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this one at Emerson. There's 20 seconds left in the game.
I think we lost his audio. Go ahead.
Who, Emerson?
Yeah. There you go.
There's 20 seconds. There's 20 seconds. 20 seconds in the game. Or you know what? I'll break it down to 15 seconds in the game. Who do you want to have the basketball? LeBron or Michael Jordan? And the score, no, it's not debatable. It's not debatable. If the score is tied, you're down by 1.
But
who do you want to have the basketball?
Okay.
LeBron or Michael Jordan?
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, only reason I didn't go with the seconds or like 20 seconds or because if you do that, you're going to basically exclude all the big guys. You're basically excluding them. It's going to be pretty much guard oriented. So that's why I kind of went like 5 minutes because it gives them the impact the whole game. Defensively, offensively, it gives that person a way to, impose their will on the game and not just one shot because that's going to basically take out your big men. But go ahead, E.
So let me put the ball in LeBron's hands, okay? Because option 1, he's 6'8". He can back anybody down on the block that he wants.
Right.
Hold on.
I just said right. I just said right. I didn't. I just said okay.
And get to the rim. Michael Jordan probably could elevate and shoot that jump shot that we know he can do, but LeBron James could back somebody down on the block. Okay. Yeah. Now you said who and let me put this in. Somebody's gonna have to come. Wait. He can get down on the block if he needs to because he's 6'8" and he has a post-up game. Now, with that being said,
don't play like that.
With that being said, hold on. Okay. Hold on a second. You never seen LeBron take anybody and back them down up underneath that rim and nobody can do nothing with him because he's too damn strong and he just goes right up and finishes at the rim? Now,
you mean back them down like post up back down?
Like post up, backing them down. Yes.
Occasion, yeah.
Okay, if that's what if the clear out is there, and I got everybody else on the wing, so now you got to have to double team him. He can give up that rock, give it to one of his shooters. Okay, give it to one of his shooters, and they can end the game. So, so Michael,
you know who else could do that? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And the other thing is, LeBron James is what, a 70% free throw shooter at the line,
which hurts him. So which hurts him.
Which I would then take Michael Jordan, but
MJ missing no free throws.
Yep. So now we're going to have to move on because
who was a better 3-point shooter? Who was a better 3-point shooter?
Aaron, can I just say something off your point about the free throws?
Who was a better free throw shooter?
Michael Jordan. But I was 3-point shooter?
3-point shooter.
I don't know. I have to look at it. But let me just end on this note.
I have it for
Aaron's
you.
free throw. I was talking to somebody at my job. He's an older gentleman, somebody I consider my mentor. And he was talking about LeBron. He's a big LeBron fan, but he's also a big critic of LeBron sometimes. And we were talking about the scoring record, and he's like,
Horrible free
"Yeah,
throw shooter.
you know, I'm proud. I'm happy that he broke the record." But you know what he told me? He said, "Just imagine if he hit more of his free throws. He would have probably broke the record 2 years ago."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Horrible free throw shooter.
Nobody's doubting his scoring ability. My question is this: when Michael Jordan went to the finals, has he ever lost an NBA finals?
No, he has not.
But we got to move on because we have beaten this horse right into the
we beat this horse to death.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Well, Somali
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
So
sit in
now-
the car.
Okay. The Brooklyn Nets have said, you know what? Kyrie gone, Kevin Durant gone. The Phoenix Suns have acquired forwards Kevin Durant and TJ Warren from the Brooklyn Nets in a 4-team trade with the Milwaukee Bucks and Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn receives forwards Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, multiple first-round picks, 2023, 2025, 2027, 2029, and a first-round pick swap in 2028 from Phoenix, as well as a second-round picks from Milwaukee in exchange. Guys, was this good for the Nets or bad for the Nets? And how do you think Kevin Durant's going to do in his new home? Terry.
I'm looking at it right now. You mentioned all the picks. I'm just going to go on the short term. It was bad for the Nets. I mean, they had a plan when they brought Durant and Kyrie in 2019, and that plan was to build it. What's that?
And
Harden came 2 years later in 21. But they had a plan to build a championship team, and here we are today, 4 years later. They do have some talent on the team, and they do have a bunch of picks, but you're probably looking at another 4 years to maybe be in contention now in the Eastern Conference. So you're looking at an 8-year plan. Plus the fact you add in Ben Simmons, which I feel is one of the major reasons that this was a bad trade in the short term for the Nets, because he's having issues making free throws and taking shots. I heard somebody on the radio today when I was driving into work saying that the other GMs in the league have labeled Ben Simmons as an untradeable asset. Wow. And he is making really good money. I think he's got 3 years left on that contract.
Great money.
You know, as far as Durant, I think Durant, I thought he was going to stay, but I think the Nets realized, I think they would have kept him, but I think they realized they needed to, the plan that they had wasn't going to happen how they planned. So they just blew it up. Durant's going to do well wherever he goes. He just likes to play basketball, man. He can score. Again, this is somebody that had a torn Achilles and has come back like he never missed a beat, in my opinion. So he'll do well with Phoenix. The big thing for me or concern I have is their bench. Can their bench sustain or provide valuable minutes? Because Chris Paul's not going to be able to play a lot of minutes and remain healthy and be able to be 100% in the playoffs. You really don't want Durant logging a lot of minutes as well. So, you know, I think this is a time where Devin Booker, I think, will be okay. But do you want him playing a lot of minutes because you don't have a good bench? But this might be the time for DeAndre Ayton to kind of step in. Or I'll say this might be time for Phoenix to start adding him into the mix of the offense to kind of offset that bench. That's a little thin right now, at least this year.
Emerson.
Well, first of all, I tried to tell you guys that the players run this league and the owners have the money. When a player wants out, he gets out. Kyrie said, I want out. 2 days later, he was gone. Kevin Durant said, hold on, wait a minute. What's going on here? What's going on with this organization? And he said, You need to move me or I'm not playing the rest of this year. He would have sat on that bench the rest of this year, and then you don't know what was going to happen during the summer.
But he didn't say that. You didn't hear when Kyrie got traded. I don't remember seeing anything that Kevin Durant said, "I'm not playing."
Per Woj, okay? All right? My ears are to the streets, man. While you're sleeping, watching Young and the Restless, my ears are to the streets, okay? All right?
I watched General Hospital, but go ahead.
General Hospital, whatever the clown, Days of Our Lives,
man.
whatever it is, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay? And there was talks going on throughout the night. Okay. Yeah. There you go. There was talks going on throughout the night.
You know what? Go back to the music while he's talking.
Yeah. Throughout the night.
We might be
What
asleep.
did Kevin Durant say? So now, wait, Kevin Durant, you wanted Steve Nash, you wanted to trade for Harden, you wanted Ben Simmons, all of those things. And now what did they do? They dumped on the Brooklyn Nets organization. Now he's in Phoenix, Kyrie is somewhere else, and now Brooklyn is there holding the bag with egg on their face.
How are they holding? How do they have egg on their face?
They lost 2 world-class players. I don't know what those picks are going to be in 2024, in 2025, in 2026, in 2027, in 2028, in 2029. I don't know what those picks are going to be. But I know what I have right now in the stable. You had Kyrie Irving, who was a world-class player, okay? One of the top 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players in the league, and Kevin Durant. Do I need to say more?
Yeah, you do, because you know why? Kyrie was a nut.
But
Plain
guess what?
and simple.
Even with that being said, and I know you said that, and I said this in the group text, okay? As soon as he said, I want to be traded, 5 teams was calling the Brooklyn Nets with all of his drama. They wanted him on their roster.
And you know what?
And they got him.
And I said I said it here on XO Sports. I said, Kyrie, they should get rid of him. From the beginning of the season, I said they should get rid of him.
He's a bucket getter. He's a bucket getter. He's box office. He's box office.
Box office. He's a nut. You can't trust him.
And guess what?
What good is having a player who's not going to perform?
He had 25 points in his debut, and he doesn't even know the offense.
You can't trust him. You might get to the playoffs with Kyrie, and then he says, "You know what? I'm going off to get some ice cream. I'm not coming back."
This is true.
So what good is he?
Well,
Brian,
I think. Go ahead.
Did Terry go? Did Malcolm go?
I'm gonna get Malcolm.
Okay. Well, I will say this: the Nets. I thought it had to be done. This was something that had to be done. It was a disaster. Chalk it up as a disaster. One of the most horrible super teams put together in history.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, looking at that roster that they have, me and Malcolm was talking about it, was watching a little bit of the Nets game. They got some good assets. They got some good players. They got some picks. Try to reset it. And right now I was looking because I wasn't quite sure, but the Nets are in 5th right now. And they just beat Chicago today. And I think with the players that they have, I think they'll still make the playoffs. And that will be, I think they'll make the playoffs. They're right now, Toronto's in 10th place. So, yeah.
Malcolm.
I was going so long, I forgot what the question was. What was the question then?
It
was a trade, Malcolm.
Kevin Durant. Wake up over there.
I know it's about Kevin Durant, but what was the actual question? Who got the better of the deal? What was the question?
You can say that. Who got the better of the deal?
Well, to me, first of all, if you lose an established player like Kevin Durant, who's a true scorer and one of the top 4 or 5 players in the NBA, when healthy, without a doubt, he's unguardable. Kyrie is also a bucket waiting to happen, and also a disaster waiting to happen. So the key is they put that together. As a Knicks fan, I'm happy as hell because we ain't got to hear from them no more. They put together and they shunned the Knicks. They didn't want to go to New York. They didn't want to go to the Knicks, but they went to Brooklyn. Ha, 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 ha. And what'd you get out of that? You got one playoff series win with that super so-called team. Okay? So good night, goodbye, good riddance. Like the Daily News said, they said, you can math him. And then the Post said, he's your headache now. Talking about that is Kyrie, But Kevin Durant, to me, I think they still got work to do in Phoenix. They'll be a front runner, no doubt, front runner for the contender for the championship because they're definitely going to be making noise. And like you said, their bench depth is gone. But I'll take them kids they got over there. The Nets made a good deal. And they got some good assets back. Definitely got draft assets, and with Spencer Dinwiddie, that dude can ball. He can straight ball. He's just a bucket itself. So that was a good move on their part. I mean, I like that kid Thomas, man. Kid from that kid Thomas, Thomas, he can ball. And never mind talking about the big man that does this thing. Claxton is coming along. Like you said, give them another year or two to develop what they have. And, well, I'll tell you right now, they got the right coach because Nash wasn't it. My man's a good coach, the one that's there now, Okay. He's a good coach. And he's learning as he goes.
Vaughn?
Now he doesn't have to coach prima donnas. Prima donnas are gone. They're gone now.
But Malcolm.
Ain't no play when I want to play. Ain't no play when I want to play.
Malcolm, I said to y'all in the text that strange things happen in the NBA when I told you Kevin Durant may get moved at the trade deadline. Y'all thought I was crazy.
You said the Lakers. You said the Lakers. You said the Lakers.
You said to the Lakers, though.
The Lakers had some stuff on the table that they were going to throw at the Brooklyn Nets to see if what they would take for it. Those two.
I had some stuff on my table for dinner, and guess what? I didn't want it, so I threw it out.
I agree with you. But like you said, they got back Cam Johnson. They got back my man Bridges. Bridges is a good baller. The Nets got him, and he can play defense. He plays great defense.
Oh my God, yes.
He plays good defense. My thing is, let them get time to get their feet well. Let that coach get to know his players. I ain't saying they're going to make any noise this year. No, they're not going to make no noise this year because nobody's beating Boston in that East.
No.
Milwaukee's not doing it. Philadelphia 76ers is not doing it. And the Heat are not doing it. Boston is going back to the finals. The key is, who are they going to face? That's the key. I can tell you one team that won't be in the finals from the West, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers. That I can agree. I can agree.
Terry, did you get your say? Did you get your filling in on this? I'm just asking. I know. There's been a group of guys that's. You've been talking a lot tonight. Catching up on talking. So, with that said, I am going to move right on to Kyrie Irving being traded. So, guys,
let's go fast because there's a whole lot of other trades that were made too.
Yeah, well, you might be doing the extended version, you and Brian, because I know after this Kyrie Irving segment, I know where Aaron Gore Jr. is going. He's going night.
Listen, man, there's been a lot of trades, man.
Like I said, if you want to do the early bird special tonight, you go right ahead. But I know I'm getting this right after this Kyrie Irving segment.
Man.
He said the Parliament extended version, the extended mix.
So Terry, are you glad to see Kyrie Irving go to the Dallas Mavericks? And do you think he can play not a full, you know what? Do you think he's going to stay there for the remainder of this season, or will he ditch the team?
This season is done. He has to.
Oh man. Am I glad to see him go there? It didn't really matter to me where he went. I'm more glad to be able to see him play basketball because he's a great basketball player. I think Luka Doncic is glad that he went there so he could relieve some of his workload. Do I see him being there long term? That is that's a touchy subject because I know the Mavs can offer him the most money. I think because of the bird rights, I think they can offer him. Like, I think he's eligible to get like 4 years, 200 and something million, but they could make an offer for like 270. And I don't think any other team, because of the cap, can offer him more than what the Mavericks can offer him. I still think that Kyrie had his mindset on going to the Lakers. I think he would have got traded to the Lakers had not, from information I read today, the Nets owner told the Nets GM, send him to any team, but make sure you do not trade him to the Lakers. So I think it all depends on how him and Luka gel and how well the Mavs do in the playoffs. I think that's going to be the determining factor. But ultimately, I think he becomes a Laker next year.
There you go.
I think he leaves money on the table.
Thank you. 2 players for the Lakers.
I just hope they have somebody that can sit him down, whether it's the Mavs or the Lakers, because he's so talented. I know he likes to play basketball, but somebody needs to sit him down and talk to him and say, listen, what do you want your legacy to be? We know you can play ball. You can put the ball in the hoop against anybody in this league, but what do you want your legacy to be? We know you have one championship, but do you want to be a winner? I'll tell you what, I think if RIP Kobe, if Kobe was with the Lakers, he'd be that guy that would be able to get through to Kyrie and keep him on the court playing basketball.
Malcolm.
Good riddance. I mean,
amen, brother.
I'm telling you now, good riddance, because enough of the headache in Brooklyn and New York. I'm so tired of it. Now, like you said, that's your problem now. That's your headache now in Dallas. Good luck in Dallas, bro. I mean, you're going to ball. And like you said, Dallas owns his bird rights, meaning that he can make more with them than anybody. And if he wants to go play with LeBron after he shunned LeBron in Cleveland, remember, he wanted to be Batman without Robin. Remember, I don't need Batman. You know, remember that whole thing? So it's amazing how the world goes full circle now, and he wants to play with LeBron all of a sudden. And you should be offended with that Laker fan, you know, because I'd be like, I wouldn't want nothing to do with you again. I'm glad Boston you didn't lift Boston up. You didn't lift the Nets up. You ain't going to lift Dallas up. They ain't got enough. They ain't got enough. So I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be entertaining to watch him play because the man's a hell of a ball player. He's a hell of a ball player. But like I said, where's his mind? Go ahead. Take a chance to give him 260, 270 million and let him go, I'm going to play this year, but the next 3 years, oh, God, you know, I think I caught COVID, you know, maybe
bird
something
flu.
like that, you know, or the bird flu, you know, or chicken pox, you know, pick whatever you want, you know. So he like I said, he's just a problem waiting to happen. Good luck whoever takes him, because
he's got a wart on his nose.
Exactly. Goodbye.
Emerson.
Listen, Kyrie is one hell of a ball player. I think he definitely made the Dallas Mavericks a better team when they made that trade, even with all of his headaches. There's some players that you just say, okay, you know what? He's worth the risk and reward because he's just that good. We've seen it in football. We've seen it in baseball. And we now see it again.
Can I truly interrupt you?
Yes.
How is he worth it? Wait a minute. Since Cleveland, what has he done?
Since Cleveland?
Yeah.
He's still one of the top ball players in this game.
So how come he's not with Boston?
We understand that he's had off the court issues with management and other things that go on.
How many teams? How many teams is that?
He had on the court issues with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Made them feel like they couldn't even play. They were happy when he left Boston.
Yeah, no,
made the team better.
And that was one of the reasons Russell Westbrook got traded too, and why Anthony Davis was upset, because they had a big shouting match with Darvin Ham. Just had to throw that in there at halftime when we're trying to win a game. Russ, you're arguing with the coach. But anyway, back to Kyrie.
That's your team.
Kyrie will be a Laker next year, Terry. Thank you. But he's worth the risk and reward that it takes of a player with his caliber and his skill set, that you take a chance. If he needs to miss 4 games, you let him miss 4 games, okay? Because to have him on my squad in a playoff, that's what I want.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know about that.
I understand the perspective of how you're looking at it as a fan. As a fan, you're saying, you know what? I want Kyrie Irving to play with my Lakers. I get it. I look at it too much as a business. And the business part of me looks at it if I'm a general manager. And as a general manager, I have a family that I have to provide for. And if I'm a general manager and I have to provide for my family, I wouldn't mess with a knucklehead.
But if your star player says go get that player,
if the owner tells me to go get the player, I go get the player.
The star player
only got 2 more years left there anyway. I wouldn't go with that.
So when the star player says this is what I want, you make it happen, or you won't have a job and you'll find somewhere else to take care of your family.
But again,
my star player, you got 2 years left.
If the owner steps in like you said and says he wants that player, then I go get that player. Then I have to build around.
No, buddy. You got it wrong. You have it wrong. When the star player says, I want this player. That's how it goes.
No. You just missed an apple with an orange. I said, if the owner tells me to go and get the player, I didn't say the player on my team. If the owner told me to go get the nut, Kyrie Irving, I would go and do what my boss tells me to do, because my boss will fire me to bring somebody else into my position.
But
if the owner is telling me to run the office, I would not go and get him.
First of all, your star player's going to tell the owner to tell you, Mr. GM, to go get this player that I want. That's how it's going to work.
I'm glad you said that, Emerson. How'd that work out for Russell Westbrook when they told him to go get him instead of DeMar? How'd that work out?
That didn't work out.
I don't know.
That star player said that same thing. Like I said, that same star player traded a whole team away. Good luck.
Why are you sitting back now on your couch? Sit up.
Blah, 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 blah.
And I'm going to say what Terry said. I think Kyrie's legacy is pretty much cemented already and labeled pretty much what he is. He's a great... I'm not going to say that. He's a great player with world talent, but you just don't know what you're going to get from him. And
Dennis Rodman was a nut too, and he helped team. Dennis Rodman was a nut too. Let's not forget
Dennis Rodman was on the court. He would play. That was off the court, but he would play the games. So now, what I was saying in regards to Kyrie,
the championship.
In regards to Kyrie is basically if you say right now, Kyrie, talent-wise, we can say he's probably, we know he's in the top 5. But when you say who's your top 5 players, you don't hear his name because of everything else that comes along with him.
Right.
So
he hangs out with Kanye. He likes to light the incense and all of that stuff. And come on.
But Dallas is banking on it. We'll see what happens, and we'll see if he re-signs with them, which I think Dallas is playing the cards where I think Kyrie knows he wants to go to LA, but to get there, he may have to lose about he's going to lose about 600 mil. Not 60 mil.
He's
about
gonna lose
60
some
mil.
money. Yep.
And maybe Dallas is thinking, well, we can do a sign and trade if he decides to lose, and we can get something out of it that way. Yeah,
he's a rental.
He's a nut, and the nut ain't stupid. He's gonna sign that contract. You know what? I'm gonna have this talk with Malcolm. I'm sorry with Malcolm. He's gonna sign that contract, and once he signs that contract, he's gonna say, "You know what? I want out."
Yep, he's gonna sign for that max as much as he can get. Hey, let me say this: the NFL just announced their Hall of Fame class of 2023. Darrell Revis, congratulations. Marcus Ware, congratulations.
Yes.
Joe Thomas, congratulations. Rondé Barber, congratulations. Believe it or not, Zach Thomas, we need to talk about that. The linebacker from Miami, congratulations. Ken Riley of the Cincinnati defensive back, congratulations. And Hall of Famer, now Hall of Famer Chuck Howley, who was one of the Cowboys back in the day, you know.
Yep.
Were these the nominees or these are the
Hall of Famers now? Nominated Hall of Fame class of 2023.
So did you say Earl Thomas? You said Earl Thomas?
No, Joe Thomas.
Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas.
Joe Thomas, the offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle, Joe Thomas. Zach Thomas, the linebacker from Miami. He also played it out.
Gotcha.
And then you got Chuck Howley, and you got, which is long time and really deserved to be there, should have been there like 20 years ago, Don Air Coryell. He was the head coach for the San Diego Chargers with Dan Fouts and Charlie Joyner, Johnny Jefferson, and Kellen Winslow. The best offensive tandem I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
As far I don't care who you are, that offensive tandem was the best offensive tandem I've ever seen in my life.
Don't forget Chuck Muncie and James Brooks in the backfield.
Yes, he was.
James Brooks and Chuck Muncie.
And a long-time guy who was on the list to get in, and big congratulations to him is Joe Klecko.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
He just got
all
in.
Those guys.
Joe Klecko.
Those are all Hall of Famers now.
Yes.
They'll be inducted
Gore.
this year.
All that's going on, Gore.
Huh?
All that's going on in the world of sports.
Yeah, he just said it. Yeah.
No, I knew about it. We didn't have time to bring it up. All that's going on. Just watch General Hospital, buddy.
Well,
continue to watch General Hospital.
All I can say is this to you. Yep.
Oh man.
Well, on General Hospital, Willow had the baby.
Yeah. See.
But
see.
Willow is dying of cancer. Will she make it through?
That's
Tune
the
in
problem.
tomorrow on General Hospital.
But it's your baby.
Oh man.
Good night, everyone. Everyone, thanks for tuning in.
But
thank you, everyone.
But on a serious note,
we appreciate everybody.
Please put a prayer in for the people in Turkey who have lost their loved ones.
Yes.
And
Amen.
from Exo Sports, we want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yes.
And we will be back next Thursday to talk about the Super Bowl and other sports talk. Good night, everyone.
And it won't be the late night hour.
Tap that notification bell.
Please tell
Check
a
us
friend.
out on Google, Spotify, iHeart.
Please hit that notification bell.
Oh,
LeBron James is the GOAT.
Yeah.
LeBron James is the GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.